Hey everybody, welcome to Pop Culture Philosophers. I'm Rockin Robbie Billups, and it's time for the weekly Pop Culture Wrap-Up. That's right, everybody. Thanks for checking out the video. I am Rockin Robbie Billups. This is the weekly Pop Culture Wrap-Up. It's the show where I go over the week's pop culture news, mostly comic books and movies, but before we get into that, I gotta give a healthy station to HC. HC's been supporting us over at patreon.com/PCP for months and months and months now. HC, we really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. It means the world to us. Station, once again. Let's get into the weekly Pop Culture Wrap-Up, Way of X. So we knew that Simon Spurrier was going to be doing an X book. We were all speculating, what could it be? Is it the upcoming Moira book that we keep hearing rumors about? Is it the X-Corp book? No, it's Way of X. Now this is a Nightcrawler-centric story that could easily be described as the journey Nightcrawler takes in creating the mutant religion. And this is something that Hickman and others have been setting up in the pages of the X books. But Spurrier himself says the book goes so far above and beyond that it's really almost faulty to describe it that way, but it's a Nightcrawler-centric book, one of my absolute favorite X-Men. Simon Spurrier's been on a tear right now with work like The Dreaming into Sandman Universe's Hellblazer series that just wrapped up. Spurrier's been on a roll. The X books have been pretty solid. Nightcrawler's one of my favorites. He's been underutilized, I could say, in the X books so far, so I'm really, really excited about this. It will have artwork by Bob Quinn, and I believe it debuts from Marvel in April. Jeff Lemire's got some upcoming work that he has mentioned in his newsletter. First of all, he's got 2 DC Black Label series coming up, one with Dave Monarchy, and I'm really thinking that seems like that could be Frankenstein, Agent of Shade. I know Lemire loves that character. Monarchy's done work on that character already with Grant Morrison, for instance, so that would fit right in. But there is a second DC Black Label. I wonder what that one's going to be. And he's also announced he's got 4 new series coming up, one with Gabriel Walta, one with Andrea Sorrentino, one with Dustin Nguyen, and of course one in which he's writing and illustrating it himself. So some of his best collaborators in recent years, he's going to continue to work with. We don't know any details about what these projects are going to be, but it's still rather exciting. He also announced the Black Hammer world is going to be going into just one book called Black Hammer Reborn, in which he's already written the first 12 issues. So we got a Madam Dragonfly series coming, and there's another supernatural-tinged Black Hammer series coming for 2021, and then it all gets consolidated back into just one core book, Black Hammer Reborn. More as soon as we get closer, more things get known and announced about it, we'll definitely let you know. Jim Lives is a graphic novel from Image Comics debuting in June. It's from the team of Paulo Barron and Ernesto Carbonetti. They were the same cats that did Paul is Dead, which was a book about the theory that Paul McCartney actually died and was replaced in the Beatles. This picks up on a different music-oriented theory, conspiracy theory, if you will, that Jim Morrison from The Doors actually lived. So I think it's pretty nifty. Paul is Dead was an interesting book. It was a little disjointed as far as the story goes, but the artwork was fantastic, so I'm excited to see what they do with this one. It has been confirmed that Oscar Isaac is in fact playing Moon Knight, and in fact they are using the white costume. Now, the one with the hood or the Mr. Knight costume, hopefully both, a mix of all of them, and let's get that crazy Moon Knight shaman like bone mummy thing. Like, what's up with that? I would love for them to pull a lot from that Ellis stuff. But Oscar Isaac has been confirmed by the cinematographer on Instagram or something like that as playing Moon Knight. That's cool. I really like Oscar Isaac. Been a big fan of his ever since I saw him in Inside Llewyn Davis, which is a great Coen Brothers film. If you haven't seen it, you really, really should. I have always held out hopes that Oscar Isaac would have played Victor Von Doom. Alas, that's not meant to happen, but I am still pretty stoked for him playing Moon Knight. Space Sweepers is a Netflix movie. I believe it's a Korean film. It debuts in Netflix in America on February 5th. I watched the trailer for this, and I thought it was just awesome. It looks like a lot of fun. It's a sci-fi movie. Basically, it's about space salvage, right? So people are out in space finding junk, collecting trash, taking it back to sell, and then they wind up finding this like childlike robot that's like some kind of killer assassin, something like that, and then like they got to save the world. It looks really fun. It looks like it's got some high action, Some great concepts, some interesting and funny and quirky bits too. So that trailer really, I thought, was super awesome. Space Sweepers, check it out for yourself. The Reckoning is a horror film. It's going to debut on Shudder. I watched this trailer. It's directed by Neil Marshall. Neil Marshall was a director on Game of Thrones. He was the director of The Descent. I know a lot of horror fans out there like The Descent, but I am not one of them. But the trailer for The Reckoning did look pretty cool. It takes place during the Black Plague. It's about this woman that gets accused of being a witch and all the trials she has to go through and endure. And then it seems like maybe there is, in fact, some kind of supernatural tinge to it. I actually think the movie looks cool. It was an exciting enough trailer. Definitely might check that out. And I do want to point out that Southland Tales is hitting Blu-ray January 25th, so just a couple weeks away. Southland Tales is the follow-up to Donnie Darko by director and writer Richard Kelly. I love Southland Tales. It's already been released on Blu-ray, the theatrical cut, which kind of came and went. Nobody knew about it. It was very underappreciated, but when it debuted at the Cannes Film Festival, it was a 15-minute longer version that got a standing ovation. And that is the version that's going to be on this upcoming Blu-ray release, as well as the theatrical cut. And I guarantee you that we are doing Southland Tales on a PCP movie night in 2021. So here's your chance to get it and watch what I think is one of the most underappreciated films of my lifetime. So that's what we got for you. What's coming up here at PCP? Well, tonight at 7 p.m. Central Time, we've got Rockin Robbie Live. That's right, the first episode of Rockin Robbie Live in 2021 is tonight at 7 p.m. Central Time. So come on and join us and chat live with me and the excitable PCP Army and about comic books, movies, pop culture, and a whole lot more. Late Tuesday night, weekly comic book review. Late Wednesday night, or actually at 7:30 p.m. Central Time Wednesday night, Talkin' Comics Live. I'll be revealing my top 10 and then chatting with Jay Strick about the day's new releases. Thursday night, or Thursday afternoon, I should say, at 3 p.m. Central Time, John Lees will be joining us here on the channel. John is the writer of Mountainhead, Sink, and Hotel, so I'm really excited to have a chat with one of the best horror writers in the biz right now. And then Friday night, 9 p.m. Central Time, Josie and the Pussycats, and then the second episode of Dylan's Horror Show over at Dylan's Comics. That's Saturday night as well. So thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Let us know anything you want to know in the comments below about any of this news or anything else. What gets you excited? What news are you pumped for? Thank you. Please do like, share, and subscribe, and join us over at popculturephilosophers.com for podcasts, blogs, and a whole lot more. I've been Rockin Robbie Billups. Thanks for rocking with us. Keep on living.